Hello YouTube, Crazy Robot Lady here with another Tiger 2XL tape. I am getting better. I'm not completely better, but I'm close. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Attack of the 100-Foot Teenagers. This tape is the rarest and most difficult to get a hold of in the 2XL series. Mine is bootleg, so pardon the quality. I am just not looking forward to spending up to $600 on a cassette. Anybody could make one of these recordings. They are freely available on archive.org. And since nobody made any comments about whether they wanted to hear the educational tapes or not and just leave 2XL in the dust, I am going to choose for myself, and I will choose to let you guys hear the educational tapes. So, with all that out of the way, let's go.
Hello, this is your favorite robot pal, 2XL. Today, I have an exciting program for you called The Wonderful World of Wattles. Great Scott! Today's program has been changed. I am so sorry. My friend Alpha 5 has just informed me that Earth is in terrible danger. He needs you, that's right, you, to help the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers put an end to the attack of the 100-foot teenagers before the evil alien Lord Zed can take over the planet. Alpha 5 will provide your interface with the Power Rangers. You must follow all of his instructions very carefully. Only press those buttons he tells you to press. And listen, listen, listen. He will ask you questions and then tell you what your options are. You must push the buttons that correspond with the action you wish to take. But remember, you must press only the buttons he lists after he says the word now. If you fail to do so, you will confuse my story circuits and this story will make no sense at all. I now officially relinquish control of this program to Alpha 5.
Ay, ay, ay! This is Alpha 5. I'm standing in Zordon's control center. It is my job to lead you through the attack of the 100-foot teenagers. How would you like to begin this adventure? Press 1 if you'd like Zordon to tell you the origin of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Press 2 if you'd like to join Billy and Aisha in Billy's garage. Press 3 if you'd like to join Kimberly and Tommy at the Angel Grove Animal Shelter. Press 4 if you'd like to join Rocky and Adam for a workout at the Youth Center. Press 1, 2, 3, or 4 now.
1. So that those who don't know will get to hear the origin of the Power Rangers.
Ay, ay, ay! Here comes Zordon now!
Zordon's face appears in a column of magical green light.
Not long ago, the evil Galactic Empress Rita Repulsa broke free from her intergalactic space dumpster and began to wage a war to conquer Earth. Having long ago been trapped in an interdimensional time warp, I had my trusted servant, Alpha 5, bring together a group of brave teenagers to fight Rita and her evil monsters. These teenagers were given the ability to morph into the Power Rangers, each drawing on the might of the spirit of dinosaurs. And when the monsters they face are too big and too strong to be defeated in battle by the Power Rangers themselves, they call upon the Thunderzords, giant robots that the Rangers pilot into battle. The Thunderzords may be combined into a super robot, the Thunder Megazord. To remain the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the teenagers must follow my 3 rules. They must never use their powers for selfish reasons. They must never escalate a battle unless forced by the minions of evil. And they must never allow anyone to know that they are the Power Rangers. Recently, an even more powerful villain came to conquer Earth, Lord Zed. Lord Zed had exiled Rita to the farthest reaches of the universe, and then turned his wrath against the planet Earth. However, she escaped and tricked Lord Zed into marrying her. Now she is pretending to help him conquer the planet, when in reality she just wants it for herself. You see, Earth is the nexus of great magical powers, and whoever controls the Earth controls its magic. Today, You must help lead the Power Rangers through Zed's most recent plot to conquer the Earth.
Now you know the origin of the Power Rangers. Where would you like to go to next? Press B for the Angel Grove Youth Center. Press C for Lord Zed's Palace on the Moon. Press B or C now.
And these two tracks were backwards. So I want to go to Lord Zed's Palace. I'm going to hit B.
When the teenagers who were selected to become the Power Rangers have free time, one of their favorite places to gather is at the Angel Grove Youth Center. There they spend time training their bodies for doing battle against the forces of evil. Today, you can find 4 of them at the gym: Billy, Aisha, Adam, and Rocky. Rocky is working out with the free weights when Adam joins him.
Hey Adam, how did things go with Yukiko?
Disastrous. Thanks for leaving me to hang.
Yeah, well, I didn't think you'd want me cramping your style.
What style? I told you I'm all tongue-tied when it comes to talking to girls. You know what's really funny? She has a thing for the Black Ranger.
You didn't tell her.
Of course not. I know the rules. I won't say that I wasn't tempted. She's really cute.
Meanwhile, Aisha is spotting Billy as he practices on the parallel bars. Since becoming one of the Power Rangers, Billy's strength and dexterity have increased greatly, but there are still times when he is unsure of himself. He pushes himself through a grueling routine. Unfortunately, he pushes himself too hard, as if trying to prove to himself that he has a place with the Power Rangers. When he tries a complicated dismount, he catches his foot and falls to the mat.
Man, I'm never gonna get this routine.
Billy, you're a terrific gymnast, and we all know it. You're just trying too hard to impress everybody.
Because I feel I have to prove something to myself. I mean, the rest of you have so many friends, and, well, sometimes I still feel like an outsider.
We all have different strengths, Billy.
Rocky and Adam, seeing Billy's fall, rush over to help him. Billy is embarrassed and tries to prove himself in another way.
I can't concentrate on anything but my light-wave spectrum diffractor. If I get it working, I might be able to free Zordon from the dimension in which he's trapped.
Billy, if I know you, you'll get it working in no time.
Ay, ay, ay! The monitors indicate there's about to be trouble at the Angel Grove Animal Shelter, where Kimberly and Tommy are doing volunteer work. However, I can't determine who's going to cause trouble first. It's up to you to tell me. Press 1 for Bulk and Skull. Press 2 for Lord Zed's new putties. Press 1 or 2 now.
What? And the reason why I said that's interesting, there was a mistake on this tape, which probably makes it worth even more. The choice that we just made was to either join the teenagers at the youth center or go to Lord Zed's Palace on the Moon. That was B or C. Both B and C are exactly the same. Very interesting. Okay, let's go.
Bulk approaches the fence surrounding the animal shelter and peers over it. It was difficult to sneak Skull here in his monster costume, especially since they had to take the bus. But their mission to learn the true identities of the Power Rangers was more important than any momentary embarrassment they had to endure.
Oh, this costume is hot and heavy. Can we just forget this whole thing and go home? I spent all afternoon making that costume. You ain't backing out. Now just make like a giant gerbil, will ya?
As Bulk watches, Kimberly finishes cleaning the last of the dog kennels. Throughout the whole experience, Tommy has kept his distance.
Wow. I never knew anybody who was as scared of dogs as you are, Tommy.
Like I said, it's a long story. Just don't tell the other guys, will you?
I won't, I promise.
It's at this moment that Bulk throws a smoke bomb over the fence. It explodes, and blue smoke fills the area. When the smoke begins to clear, they can see Bulk lying on the ground, being menaced by some sort of monstrous creature.
We got trouble. Call the others.
Kimberly quietly speaks into her wrist communicator.
Guys, this is Kimberly. We have trouble at the animal shelter. Get here ASAP.
We're on our way.
The 6 teenagers make their incredible change into the mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
It's Morphin time.
Calling out the names of the dinosaurs whose spirits give them strength, the Power Rangers are on their way into action.
Ay, ay, ay! This could be trouble for Bulk and Skull. especially if Tommy and Kimberly don't realize that they're being tricked. Do they immediately attack the creature they see looming over Bulk? Press yes or no now.
It is easy for the Power Rangers to tell that the behemoth looming over Bulk is not a real monster. The Pink Ranger walks over to Skull and rips the papier-mâché head off his ridiculous costume.
What are you doing?
With her back to Bulk, she doesn't see him get off the ground and start reaching for her helmet. He is pulled away from her by the White Ranger.
What kind of games are you playing with us?
Don't you realize that you could have gotten hurt? I mean, what if we thought that you were a real monster?
It was Bulk's idea. He made me get dressed up like this.
The White Ranger bends over and lifts Bulk to his feet by the collar of his leather jacket.
Hey, man, we didn't mean any harm. We was just having fun.
The other Power Rangers arrive at just that moment to find the White Ranger holding Bulk several feet off the ground, while Skull stands to one side, dressed in a ridiculous costume.
What's going on here?
Sorry, guys. False alarm.
Suddenly, there is a bright flash of lightning, loud crash of thunder. The Power Rangers are surrounded by 10 green putties created by Rita for Lord Zed.
Whom do the putties attack first? Press B for the Red Ranger. Press C for the Blue Ranger. Press B or C now.
C.
The putties, knowing that the Blue Ranger, who is really Billy, is the most likely to figure out their weakness, choose him as their primary target. Two of them lunge at him. He ducks and rolls away as the two creatures collide. However, he rolls right into the arms of a third putty. He is rescued by a well-timed kick from Kimberly, the Pink Ranger.
Come on, Billy, let's get out of here.
The Pink and Blue Rangers dash away from the oncoming putties. Meanwhile, Aisha, the Yellow Ranger, is attacked by 3 putties at once. She leaps straight into the air and narrowly avoids being crushed. She lands in front of another putty and kicks it directly in the Z on its chest. She expects it to vanish like usual, but is sadly disappointed.
These putties are vulnerable to a chest blow.
Then we'll just have to find another way to get rid of them.
The putties seem unstoppable. From his palace on a faraway moon, Lord Zed looks on.
Rita, these new putties are perfect. They will destroy the pesky Power Rangers once and for all.
What do you want our heroes to do? Press 1 if you want them to retreat. Press 2 to continue the attack. Press 1 or 2 now.
2, but I hope I'm not going to end the program. When Zordon was talking about those rules, he is dead serious. If you mess up and make them escalate a battle, the program will stop. You have to go back to the beginning.
Listen up, Rangers. I say we rush these geeks and try to overpower them.
The 6 Power Rangers rush forward, each selecting a target. The battle is fierce, and Bulk and Skull dive for cover.
Watch it! There are civilians here!
The Blue Ranger is picked up by 2 of the putties and thrown at Bulk. Bulk cushions Billy's fall. As the fight goes on at the animal shelter, the fences surrounding the dog pens are destroyed, and the dogs run free. As the last pen is destroyed, its occupant, a big-eyed Siberian husky, is cornered by one of the putties. It growls at the monster, but the putty reaches out to grab it.
Ay, ay, ay! That putty is after Kimberly's favorite dog, Shooky. What do you want her to do? Press B if you'd like her to call upon her pterodactyl Thunderzord. Press C if you'd like her to save Shooky using her own wits and strength. Press B or C now.
C.
The Pink Ranger looks around.
If I had pressed B and made her use the Thunderzord, her pterodactyl Zord, the program would end.
Looks around, searching for something to use as a weapon against the putty holding Shooky. She picks up the bucket of soapy water she was using earlier as Kimberly to clean the dog's pens. She hurls the bucket at the putty, striking it in the chest. The soapy water spills all over the creature's ugly green skin. With a terrifying howl, the putty begins to bubble, then melt. Shooky runs away from the pool of goo.
Chill and move. Splashing water on the putty really did a number on him.
I think we ought to take care of these putties right away. Let's spray them with water before they cause any more damage.
We're with you, Billy. Let's kick some putty.
The Red Ranger is already moving. Picking up a garden hose, he begins to spray the putties with water. To everyone's surprise, nothing happens.
Hey, what gives? I thought water did them in.
What was different about the water in the bucket, Kimberly?
Who cares? I say we blow this pop stand.
Bulk and Skull begin to run away, but they slip and fall in the soapy water that was spilled from the bucket.
That's it! There was soap in the water!
Like, I bet they hate to take baths.
Where are we going to find a large supply of soapy water at an animal shelter?
We aren't, but there's a car wash just down the street from here.
All right, Rangers, let's kick it.
The Power Rangers capture the putties, binding them with fencing torn from the kennels. They take the putties to the car wash and send them through. With terrifying howls, they are reduced to bubbly green ooze.
Well done. With the putties destroyed, Skull is cut out of his giant papier-mâché gerbil costume. With everything back to normal, the Power Rangers leave the scene and change back to their human identities. They all meet later at the youth center. Which pair of teens would you like to hang out with? 1, Rocky and Billy. 2, Aisha and Tommy. 3, Adam and Kimberly. Or 4, Bulk and Skull. Press 1, 2, 3, or 4 now.
1.
Now.
Sorry, the tracks are a little bit out of alignment.
Ernie's Juice Bar at the Youth Center is one of the favorite places for teenagers in Angel Grove to hang out. That's where Billy, Rocky, Aisha, Tommy, Adam, and Kimberly go after their battle with the putties.
Look, Adam's trying to get a date with Yukiko.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how nervous he is about that.
I don't know why Adam feels nervous about anything.
Yeah? Well, apparently she has a thing for the Black Ranger.
That's ironic.
You know, he's not the only one who gets nervous. I'm really afraid I might not do too well in next week's science exam. Sometimes I wish I never had to take another test in my life.
Billy is tempted to tell his friend that he wishes he could complete his device to free Zordon from the dimension in which he is trapped. This would enable him to prove his worth to the other Power Rangers. But Billy is afraid that saying this will make Rocky feel sorry for him, and that would only make Billy feel worse. Instead, he says,
Why don't you just study?
I'm not as smart as you, Billy. I keep trying to read this stuff, but I don't always understand.
Maybe you just need someone to explain it to you. I mean, I can help you prepare for the test.
You'd do that for me?
Sure. Isn't that what friends are for?
everything seems normal now. But deep in space, an evil scheme is being hatched. A scheme that could possibly spell the end of the Power Rangers and Earth itself.
To find out what the evil scheme is, press any button now.
Ah! Any button, huh?
On the moon where Lord Zed's palace is hidden, Rita stands before her husband.
My new putties would never have failed if you had let them cook long enough.
Stop making excuses, Rita. I am hatching an evil scheme. Did you notice, Billy, when the Power Rangers were battling your useless new putties, that they were very careful to protect these two fools?
Zed points at Skull and Bulk.
What do you suppose they would do if I turned them into monsters? Surely the Power Rangers wouldn't destroy them, for they would have to destroy their friends too. That would make these monsters unstoppable.
Zed fires a red beam from his visor at the planet Earth. In the parking lot of the Youth Center, Bulk and Skull are enveloped in red light. They begin to transform, becoming hideous, misshapen beasts. Bulk grows horns and his skin becomes living metal. Skull's arms turn into a half-dozen tentacles and his mouth forms into a beak.
Bulkatron, you will attack Angel Grove High. Squid Skull, your assignment is to destroy the Angel Grove Scientific Research Center. Go now!
Where would you like to go next, Ranger at home? Press 3 to go to the school with Bulkatron. Or press 4 to go to the Scientific Research Center with Squid Skull. Press 3 or 4 now.
That's full of squid. Squid Skull.
Skull is standing in the parking lot with Bulk, making fun of Yukiko and her little brother. When Zed's ray hits it, he feels his body changing and growing. His arms split and become rubbery tentacles. His two eyes merge into a single large one. His mouth transforms into a hard beak. He can hear a strange voice inside his head.
Go, Squid Skull! Go to the Scientific Research
Squid Skull begins lumbering toward the research center, terrifying people along the way. He pushes aside oncoming cars like toys, enjoying his newfound strength. Yukiko, who witnessed the transformation of Bulk and Skull, runs into the youth center.
Everybody take cover! Bulk and Skull have been turned into monsters and are attacking the city!
Tommy rounds up Billy, Aisha, Rocky, Kimberly, and Adam.
We've got to get out of here and take care of business.
The 6 teenagers run out of the youth center and find a deserted alley.
It's Morphin time!
Speaking the names of the dinosaurs that give them their powers, the teenagers are transformed into the mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
All right, listen up. Billy, you, Aisha, and I will follow Skull. Kimberly, Adam, and Rocky, you concentrate on Bulk. Let's go.
Squid Skull arrives at the Scientific Research Center, but isn't quite sure what to do. He crashes through the plate glass windows that line the front of the building and shuffles down the hall, slamming his head against the doors. The blue, yellow, and white Rangers arrive and block his path.
Stop right there, Skull. We don't want to hurt you.
At this time, you have the option of choosing which team of Power Rangers you'd like to help. Press 1 if you would like to help Rocky, Kimberly, and Adam battle Bulkatron. Press 2 if you'd like to help Billy, Aisha, and Tommy fight Squid Skull. Press 1 or 2 now.
2.
Your mission has been confirmed. You will be helping Billy, Aisha, and Tommy fight Squid Skull. Which Ranger goes into action first? Press 1 for the White Ranger. Press 2 for the Yellow Ranger. Press 1 or 2 now.
2.
Although he can hear a voice in his head telling him to destroy the Power Rangers, Squid Skull is enjoying breaking things. He crashes into a laboratory and begins smashing the expensive equipment. Aisha, the Yellow Ranger, leaps into action.
Be careful. Remember, that's still Skull.
At the last minute, the Yellow Ranger pulls back, and that gives Squid Skull the advantage. He swats the Ranger aside. Aisha, stunned by the blow, cannot escape. Squid lifts her and begins to squeeze. Realizing that it was his warning that led to Aisha's predicament, the Blue Ranger goes into action.
Should Billy call upon his Power Lance to help save his teammate? Press 3 if you would like him to use his Power Lance. Press 4 if you do not want him to use his Power Lance. Press 3 or 4 now.
4. It's a trick.
Billy is afraid that his power spears might really hurt Squid, so he decides not to use them. He leaps and lands a kick to Squid Skull's back, causing him to drop Billy's teammate. The 3 heroes regroup as Squid Skull recovers.
That was way too close.
Man, I'd like to make sushi of that thing. But it's really Skull. I don't want to hurt him.
Skull really wants to put the squeeze on us.
Guys, I think we may be facing impossible odds. We can't just destroy Skull.
In his palace on the moon, Zed is ecstatic.
Perfect. The Power Rangers are divided, and they dare not harm my new monsters. Annihilate the Power Rangers, Squid Skull. Eliminate them once and for all.
Ay, ay, ay. This does not look good. Press 1 if you'd like to return to the research center and find out what happens with Squid Skull. Press 2 if you'd like to join the other Power Rangers and find out how they are faring against Bulkatron. Press 1 or 2 now.
2.
Bulkatron can hear Lord Zed's voice in his head.
Exterminate the Power Rangers.
With a loud roar, he stomps toward the heroes. The Power Rangers split up, confusing both. He crashes through a wall.
We'd better stop him soon, or he'll destroy the whole school.
Rocky realizes that it is up to him to stop Bulkatron from destroying the whole school. Of course, if Bulkatron did destroy the school, Rocky wouldn't have to worry about the big science exam coming up next week, and he could blame it on having to fight Bulkatron. But that would be a terribly selfish choice. The Pink Ranger stares at Rocky as Bulkatron seizes the Black Ranger.
What you want Rocky to do. Press 3 if you want him to help save Adam. Press 4 if you want him to help Bulkatron destroy the school. Press 3 or 4 now.
3.
Seeing Adam in danger, Rocky puts all thoughts of his science exam aside. Similar to Kimberly, the Red and Pink Rangers launch a simultaneous attack on Bulkatron. The Red Ranger leaps up and punches the monster in the jaw, while the Pink Ranger kicks his legs out from under him. Bulk falls to the floor, releasing the Black Ranger. Adam takes a flying leap away from the creature before it crushes him.
Heads up, Rangers. We've got to find a way to stop Bulkatron before things get out of hand and Bulk gets hurt.
In his palace, Lord Zed watches the battle as the tide turns in favor of the Power Rangers.
No! I will not let the Power Rangers defeat my new monsters this easily!
Zed raises his Z-top staff. Lightning swirls around his arm and then shoots out of the Z, aimed at the Earth. The beam strikes Bulkatron, enveloping him in a shimmering light. Bulk screams as he begins to grow.
I think he's blowing this all out of proportion.
Bulkatron keeps growing, his head crashing through the roof of the building. Soon he is 110 feet tall. He looks down at the Power Rangers.
Destroy them! Destroy the Power Rangers now!
Bulkatron stares at our heroes. Suddenly, a force beam blasts from his eyes. Rocky, Adam, and Kimberly dash for cover under the bleachers to avoid being hurt.
How should Bulkatron try to exterminate the Power Rangers? Press 1 to have him try to fry our heroes with his force blasts. Press 2 for a surprise. Press 1 or 2 now.
2.
Bulkatron raises his hand, and the living metal that is his new skin forms into a giant axe. He brings it crashing down on the bleachers where the Power Rangers are hiding. They run to the schoolyard to avoid being crushed by the flying debris.
We've got to get all the Rangers together. There's no way we're going to stop Bulk without the Thunder Zords.
The Red Ranger uses his communicator to call the other Rangers.
We were just thinking the same thing, Rocky.
What about Bulk and Skull?
Well, since Lord Zed's controlling them, I'm sure they'll follow us wherever we go. Then where should we meet?
That is up to you, Ranger at home. Where would you like them to face Bulk and Skull in their final battle? Press B for the fairgrounds. Press C for the riverbank. Press B or C now.
C.
Thinking that no one would be at the river, the Power Rangers regroup there. Just as Billy guessed, Bulkatron and Squid Skull follow them. As the Rangers are about to call upon the Thunder Zords, Aisha can hear the sounds of a child crying.
Hold up, guys. I think there's someone here.
Aisha goes to investigate. She finds her younger cousin Maya hiding in a clump of tall grass. Aisha is concerned about revealing her identity to the little girl, so she has to pretend that she does not know her.
What are you doing here, little girl?
Maya is too scared by the appearance of the monsters and the Power Rangers to speak. The Yellow Ranger moves toward her.
I won't hurt you, but we've got to get you someplace safe. Come on.
Maya doesn't move, and the Yellow Ranger fears that the only way to convince her cousin to go with her is to reveal her secret identity.
Does Aisha reveal her identity? Press yes if you want her to. Press no if you don't want her to reveal her identity. Press yes or no now.
Again, the program will begin. 2. Or no, I mean.
Knowing that it would break one of Zordon's rules to reveal her identity, the Yellow Ranger takes a step back from her cousin.
I know it's scary, but you've got to come with me. Those monsters might hurt you by accident.
The little girl is scared, but when the rest of the Power Rangers appear behind the Yellow Ranger, she begins to feel less afraid. Aisha realizes the best thing to do. She tells Kimberly,
Pink is her favorite color. Maybe she'll trust you.
Go for it. We'll hold back Bulk and Skull.
As the other Rangers rush off to fight the giant monsters, the Pink Ranger moves toward Maya and holds out her hand. Maya overcomes her fear and takes it. Kimberly gets the little girl to safety, then returns to her teammates.
We need Thunderzord power now!
The Power Rangers call out the names of the Thunder Zords. Rushing from their hiding places all over the world, the Thunder Zords gather on the riverbank. Amidst a raging storm of thunder and lightning, the Zords come together, forming the Thunder Megazord. The Power Rangers leap into the control room and get ready for action.
Thunder Megazord, battle ready! The Power Rangers must choose what weapon they will use to fight Voltron and Squid Skull. Do you want them to use A, their power-charged fists, B, a thunderbolt, or C, the Thunder Saber? Press A, B, or C now.
I hope I'm not about to get us kicked out of here. C.
The Thunder Megazord pulls the Thunder Saber from its scabbard just as Voltron attacks. Morphing his hands of living metal into wrecking balls, the monster strikes the Zord, knocking it to its knees.
Bulk's having a ball. We've got to put a stop to it.
The Thunder Megazord gets back onto its feet and attacks. It strikes Voltron with the flat of its saber, careful not to cut the monster. The saber's magic causes Voltron to transform back into human form.
Way to go!
Squid Skull spits acid at the Zord, burning the grass around its feet. Rocky directs the Zord to strike Squid Skull with the saber, and the magic changes the giant monster back into Squid.
Oh, blast those Rangers! They have defeated my monsters, but I shall be back. And next time, they won't be so lucky.
Good job. You helped the Power Rangers defeat Zed's monsters and saved Bulk and Skull at the same time. Because of your good work, Zordon has a special announcement for you.
Congratulations, my young friend. Because of the excellent job you did, I am naming you an honorary Power Ranger.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
I am very, very impressed with how well you did on this program. However, I still have many surprises hidden in my memory banks. If you'd like to find out what those surprises are, you'll have to rewind this tape and play it again. The next time you play, make different choices, and the story will unfold in a new, exciting, and different way. Goodbye for now, and please play this program again soon. Rewind this tape now.
And this was probably the hardest of the 3 bootlegs that I have to record. I had to record it a couple of times, and that's probably why the quality suffers a little bit. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. The next 2XL tape we look at will be an educational tape because the stories are all covered. So, I just wanted to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. As usual, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell so you will know whenever I upload new content. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.